Hello, my friends. This is Mark Levin. Yes, I'm sick and tired of the State of the Union address even before it's been delivered. I hope you're well. Our number, 877-381-3811. 877-381-3811. Well, my friends, there are big, big differences between we conservatives and Obama and his left-wing friends. And no speech can change that. And this speech won't change it. Another speech, another historic moment, they tell us. And why is it an important speech? Is it another coming out speech? Little Obama says tonight will be remembered, and even less will be truthful. Washington insiders will hang on his every word. They'll hang on every applause line, every supposed pivot. You'll get analysis up the wazoo. And really, what will have changed? Obama was either lying before the speech for most of his life, or he's lying during the speech. So which one is it? There are very, very big differences between the left and us, and that's important. It's not something to be papered over, because if we paper over it, we're doomed. And they want us to paper over it. They want us to pretend that now is the time to sit down and be quiet. They want you to lose your enthusiasm and your passion. Now, there are big differences between the left and us, between Obama and us, between the Democrats and us, and yes, between some Republicans and us. When we conservatives read the Declaration of Independence, we never ever leave out its several references to God. Obama does. When we conservatives read the Constitution, we attempt to determine the intent of the framers who drafted and ratified it. Obama and the left seek ways to evade it and rewrite it. We conservatives want to return to constitutional government with strict limits placed on central authority. Obama and the left want to rule by executive order and executive regulations. We conservatives believe in more individual liberty and more individual responsibility. Obama and the left believe in a massive welfare state and a massive entitlement state. We conservatives want to roll back spending today and limit spending tomorrow. Obama and the left have destroyed the nation's finances, and they're still on a spending binge. We conservatives want to protect the next generation and all future generations from trillions and trillions of dollars in unfunded federal programs spent today and paid for by the next generation. Well, Obama and the left want to expand them. We conservatives want to liberate the private sector, to encourage investment and growth and wealth creation and job creation. Obama and the left want to control, regulate, tax, and obstruct the private sector. We conservatives want to privatize big chunks of government because we don't believe the government is efficient, competent, or compassionate in all things. Obama and the left want to either nationalize industries, punish industries, or control them through cronyism and corporatism. We conservatives want a flat tax or a fair tax. We want to abolish the current tax code. Obama and the left want more taxes, new taxes, and higher taxes. We conservatives want employees to freely decide whether or not they should join unions. Obama and the left want to deny them a secret ballot. We conservatives believe in the market system, the free enterprise system that can develop plentiful supplies of relatively cheap energy. Obama and the left want to shut down energy production and do so through the Environmental Protection Agency. We conservatives want to protect free speech under the First Amendment. Obama and the left want to squelch it, including on the Internet, talk radio, Fox News. We want to protect the right to bear arms under the Second Amendment. They want to ban it. We want to protect property rights under the Fifth Amendment, and they want to ignore it. We conservatives want to protect the 10th Amendment and federalism because it disperses authority among the states. Obama and the left reject the 10th Amendment. We want to protect the right of individuals not to buy a certain product or service. Obama and the left want to force individuals to enter into contracts such as government-approved health care policies against their will, and they actually cite to the Constitution to defend their position. We want to protect the will of the people from unelected activist judges appointed for life. They want to use the judiciary to impose their ideology on the rest of us. We conservatives want to secure the border and uphold the immigration laws. Obama and the left want to keep the border wide open and grant citizenship to the incoming illegal aliens. We conservatives don't seek to bully or control others. Obama and the left do. That is the nature of their ideology. That is the consequence of their policies. They claim the mantle of civility when they and their policies are not civil in the least. They claim to want to work together today. Yet when they controlled the presidency in the House and the Senate, they ruled as an oligarchy, ignoring not only the opposition party, but the people themselves. And the people rose up, and the people rallied, and the people demanded to get their government back. And on that first Tuesday last November, they showed up at the polls. They voted en masse in what is one of the biggest electoral landslides in American history, in towns, in counties, in states, and yes, in the nation. Now they talk about civility. Now they talk about working together. Do you believe them? Why should we believe them? When have they ever cared what the people had to say? When they can't get their way through the democratic process, that is, through the ballot, they turn to the courts. And whether or not they get their way through the democratic process, they always turn to the bureaucracy, which they make bigger and more powerful and more invasive in our lives. Did President Obama become president today? Is this an inauguration speech or a State of the Union speech? Does he not have a record? Are we not to judge him on his record now, but on his propaganda, his carefully crafted propaganda, written with the assistance of his campaign aides? Is that what we're to do? To throw out our knowledge and our experience with this man and start anew? Is he starting anew? I don't think so. Is Obama changing his position on government-run health care? No, full speed ahead. Is he changing his position on cap and trade? Nope, full speed ahead. Is he changing his position on illegal immigration? Nope, full speed ahead. Is he changing his position on the appointment of radical leftists to the judiciary? Nope, full speed ahead. Has he changed his position on offshore drilling or coal mining? No, nope, nope. Steady as she goes. Has he changed any of his positions? No. So what is this tonight, this speech that will air. It's a sham. An absolute sham. We know much of what he's already going to say. It's been spoon-fed to the media for the last 3 days, and they have spoon-fed it to us. He's going to call for a 5-year freeze on major aspects of discretionary spending. Discretionary spending is about 17% of the budget. Who knows what parts of discretionary spending he's talking about? But it just so happens that last year this time, at his State of the Union speech, he proposed a 3-year freeze on discretionary spending. Now it'll be a 5-year freeze. The man will propose anything and promise anything, while his massive bureaucracy regulates, controls, obstructs, intervenes, and torments at breakneck speed. You ask those coal miners in West Virginia who just lost their jobs what they think about Obama's streamlining of regulations and trying to create jobs. Or maybe those guys at work and gals on oil rigs offshore. Ask them about the new Obama and the new tone. Or the plants being shut across this nation. Or the businesses being shuttered in malls and other places. Or the homes being foreclosed. What they do best in Washington is talk. Obama wants you to believe that he's not who he is. He wants you to believe that he hasn't done all these things that he's done, except to give credit to himself. It's almost schizophrenic. I didn't create this massive debt. On the other hand, we needed to do this to save the country. Excuse me? I'm already analyzing the guy in his speech before he gives it. He says, enough with earmarks. He wants a system put in place to reject them. That's Barack come lately, isn't it? Seems to me the Republicans have already done that or proposed that. They're being opposed by Harry Reid in the Senate. Didn't he sign bill after bill after bill that Pelosi and Reid sent him with more earmarks than ever before in American history, massive spending? Why didn't he veto it? Tell them to send a clean bill. As I said, did the Obama presidency begin today, or do we have 2 years of experience with this man? Well, the answer is obvious. So you listen if you care to. Really, it's going to be absolute monotony and torture. But if you wish, when you listen to him, you listen to these analysts afterwards, too. How buffoonish. How preposterous they are. And keep in mind, most of them don't like you. Most of them have been carrying water for this administration and the liberals since this administration came into being. They've been carrying the water against the Tea Party, against conservatives, against conservative politicians, and they will continue to do so. Why do you care what they say? Why do you respect what they say? They're part of the problem. So there are very substantive and serious differences between us and them. And I don't know about you, but I'm not joining them. We'll be right back.
Mark Levin.